What's up everyone? Welcome back here to the Megan Moose channel. Thank you so much for tuning into another video. So recently my friends over at the Two Broke Mice channel had made a video talking about their least favorite Disney rides, and I was tagged in their video. So I'm excited to share with you some of my personally least favorite Disney rides and share what I think are some of the least favorite Disney rides at Disney World. So let's go ahead and get right on into it. So I wanted to preface this with it was really hard for me to actually make this list because there's very few rides at Disney World that I actually don't like. So it's just that some of these in the list are my least favorite. It's not that I don't like them, but it's just that they are my least favorite. I will do them, but they aren't at the top of my list. So let's go ahead and get on into it now that I have addressed that. So I forgot to mention too, they wanted to know your two least favorite rides in the parks. So to start off with Magic Kingdom, my second least favorite ride in the park would have to be the Astro Orbitor. So like I said, it's not that I don't like these rides, it's just that they are my least favorite, and it was really hard especially to try to come up with my least favorite rides at Magic Kingdom because I love that park so much. But I would have to say that the Astro Orbiter is my second least favorite ride in that park, and it's because when I went to go do it the first time, there was such a long line for such a short ride. It is really cool, it gives you a really great view of the park, but it's not something that I'm necessarily going to go and spend a lot of time waiting in line for when it's not really that long of a ride. And the first least favorite ride, or my least favorite ride that I have in Magic Kingdom, would have to be the Carousel. For the same reason of the Astro Orbiter, it's not a ride that I'm necessarily going to want to spend a lot of time waiting for and take time out of my day doing. So I would say those are my two least favorite rides that are in the Magic Kingdom park. For Hollywood Studios, I might be switching up the tag a little bit. I know that the tag was for rides, but I'm going to include shows for this because there are a lot of rides that I really like at Hollywood Studios, but I would have to say that my least favorite show is the Indiana Jones show. I know it's really cool, but it can get really loud and I don't love that about it. And also, if I am in the parks, I usually am going from ride to ride. I don't usually like to spend a lot of time doing these shows unless I need an AC break. So if I'm going to take time to do these shows, I would rather go and do the Frozen or do the Little Mermaid whenever they had it. So I would have to say Indiana Jones is my least favorite in the Hollywood Studios park. My number one least favorite in Hollywood Studios would have to be Star Tours, because I don't usually get motion sick, but sometimes I know that ride can make people feel a little bit weird, and I know that I've gotten a little bit motion sick on it before, but I also just don't love the ride. It's okay, but if I'm gonna do one of the simulator type rides and wait in line for it, I'd rather go on over to Smuggler's Run and spend the time there. So I'd have to say Star Tours is my least favorite in Hollywood Studios. For Epcot, my second least favorite ride in that park would have to be Mission Space. So I have only done the green version, or like the easiest version of the ride. I have not yet done the most intense, or I think it's the orange level of the ride, but when I did it, it was okay. It just wasn't my favorite. I would rather spend the time going and riding some of the other rides. I know people have said that they've gotten motion sick on it. I did not personally, but I have not done the most intense one, so I'm not sure how that one would make me feel. And I know I work at the Kennedy Space Center, I work in the space industry, but that one is just not my favorite ride in Epcot. But my least favorite in that park would have to be the Journey into Imagination ride with Figment. I might get some hate for that. I don't know. I've heard mixed reviews from people about it, but for me, that ride is just not it. I don't know. I think it is over sensory. There's a lot of sensory stuff going on in that ride, and I don't personally like that, and so it's an okay ride. Like I said, it's not that I won't do a lot of these rides, it's just that they are not my favorites. So that one would have to be my least favorite in Epcot. I haven't really loved it, and yeah, it's my least favorite. And I wanted to save this one for last, but for Animal Kingdom, my second least favorite ride in that park would have to be the Dinosaur ride. Now, it's okay, I can do the ride whenever I am with other people, but back whenever the parks were officially reopening after being closed and they were only allowing your party to go and ride the rides. Since I go and visit the parks by myself, I had to ride a lot of the rides by myself, which was a really cool experience for some of them, but for some it was a little bit scary, a little bit intimidating, and for that dinosaur ride, that ride is just not one that I like to ride by myself. So it's very dark. I just don't really enjoy it, so that would have to be my second least favorite ride that's in Animal Kingdom. My least favorite attraction at Disney World has to be Tough to Be a Bug, or the Bug's Life attraction show, whatever you want to call it, that is at Animal Kingdom. And there is a backstory to this. So when I was really young, my family and I wouldn't take too many trips to Disney, but when we did, we went to go to Animal Kingdom and we did the Bug's Life attraction show thing, and my mom said that I cried the entire time, and I don't remember it personally, but I think that stuck with me. And so even though I am older today, I'm in my 20s, I still am a little bit intimidated by that show, and I do not like it for the same reason I don't like the Figment ride, because of the over-sensory stuff that happens with it. I don't like the bugs that run through the seats. It is just not my favorite. And so I actually went a couple years ago when I was interning down here with a family that I lived with. We went and I tried to conquer my fear again, and I did not love it. So I have yet to do it as a pass holder. I've been waiting to do it and vlog my experience doing it and trying to officially overcome my fear, but that one is just not it for me. That is my least favorite in all of Disney World. I will not do that. I just do not like it. So there you go, that is my list of my least favorite Disney World rides or attractions that are in the parks. Like I said, it was a little bit hard for me to make the list because I just love all of the attractions and rides that are in Disney World. There isn't really one besides the Bug's Life one that I won't do, so it was a little bit challenging to make this list, but they are just a little compilation of the rides and attractions that are some of my least favorites. So let me know in the comments below if you agree or disagree with me, and let me know what some of your least favorite attractions or rides are that are at Disney. But thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and we will see you in one of the next Disney related videos. See you guys.